Hey everyone, it's Mark. With the Masters tournament finally upon us, now is the last chance to speculate on how it might play out. We all have our hopes and wishes for what we want to happen, and we honestly probably all have different opinions. So I thought it would be fitting to make a discussion video about this topic, but not just from my perspective. I called in a favor from a few of my friends to share their perspective on how they want the Masters tournament to go, so you'll be hearing from all of them in this video. Of course, the links to their channels will be down in the description, and make sure you go and subscribe to all of them. Hopefully you have already subscribed to me as well, and if you haven't, well, please subscribe. Anyways, let's not waste any more time here and throw it over to Kuro, who is going to talk about how he wants the format of the Masters tournament to go. Quick disclaimer that he recorded this voiceover about a month ago, just after episode 109 had aired.
Greetings, trainers! Kuro Blitz here. And now it's time for me to give my personal predictions in regards to the Masters EX tournament, as it is presented as the final climax of the Pokémon Journeys anime. Given how seasons 1 and 2 ended with episodes 45 and 90, respectively tackling the Darkest Day arc and the Sinnoh remake special, I feel like it's safe to assume that season 3 will also have 45 episodes, ending at 135 and giving Journeys only 26 more remaining at best, after the Ash and Raihan match at episode 109. Due to character returns and farewells, as well as conclusions for Koharu's development and progression for Go and Project Mu, time does seem to be short. And after the Alola League having 17 episodes, it feels like this tournament has to live to the standard and the expectation and has big shoes to fill, when in reality, it really doesn't. I don't think so. This tournament should be its own thing and not being compared to the past. And since we know these characters already, there is no time needed for reintroductions, and their interactions can happen during the break days of the league, in the bleachers, in the restaurants, or more importantly, mid-match in the battlefield. I have no problems with the quarterfinals and semifinals being 3v3s, because that's how they are in Black and White too. And if the pacing, animation, choreography, dialogue, tactics and switches are on the level of Voltner from episode 77, we are in for a good 1-6 episodes. 7 and 8 if we have break days. And that's basically in essence 2 4-parters. We had those, the Darkest Day and the E-Trend special for Legends Arceus. So the Ash and Leon fight will also be the 3rd 4-parter. It will be the same length as Kukui, and therefore we will have 12 episodes. 12 episodes for this Masters EX tournament, so in a way this Champions League, it's basically a movie trilogy. But yeah, these are just my thoughts. Take it away, Mark.
Alright, thanks Kuro. A lot of really good points there. With the Masters tournament starting in episode 115, Kuro's prediction of the entire tournament lasting 12 episodes would mean that it would be over by Pokémon Journeys episode 127. That sounds about right, as that gives us just enough time to fit in a few episodes of the final Project Mu arc, and then to wrap up Journeys as a series. I totally agree with what Kuro said about wanting to see these champions interact more so on the battlefield. I really think most of the screen time during this tournament should be dedicated to the battles themselves, save for a few scenes of Ash when he is not battling. I will be curious to see how much screen time battles like Lance versus Diantha will get. I mean, we probably won't see every battle in its entirety, and that's fine, because I do want as much time as possible to be dedicated to Ash's battles. And speaking of Ash's battles, I wonder what Pokemon he plans on using in each battle. We know he is only going in with just his Journeys team, and there are a lot of ways he could use his team throughout this tournament. Hey Alex, what Pokemon do you think Ash should use in each battle?
Hey guys, it's Alexmo, and let's talk about what Pokemon Ash is going to use against the Masters 8. We know Ash will start with a 3v3 against Steven, and I predict that following that will be a 3v3 against Cynthia, and then a final 6v6 against Leon. So what Pokemon will Ash use in each? For Ash vs Steven, based on the trailer, it seems Steven is set to use Cradily and Mega Metagross, whereas Ash is bringing Gengar and Pikachu. For Steven's final team member, I think he'll use his Alolan Sandslash from Pokémon Masters, as a cool reference, and also because Cynthia has a Pokémask partner as well in her Como-O. And then Ash can bring along Surfetch'd for super effective damage on it. I should add that I think Ash will prioritize one battle gimmick in each of his Masters 8 battles, so I expect him to bring Gigantamax Gengar to this one. It'll be interesting to see how Gengar uses Will-O-Wisp, and by extension Max Guard, in this battle. Of course, I expect Ash to take the win here, especially after how Gengar destroyed Paul's Metagross. The second round has to be Ash vs Cynthia, which I expect Cynthia to bring her 3 Mons that have been showcased so far in Journeys, being Como-O, Roserade, and finally Garchomp. Ash would then bring the 3 Pokemon he didn't use against Steven, being Dracovish, Dragonite, and Lucario. There could be a pseudo-legendary clash of Dragonite and Kommo-o, and then it would end with a mega battle between Lucario and Garchomp. And due to his aura, Ash will of course take the win. So Ash vs Leon has to be a 6v6, where Ash brings along his full Journey squad. Some interesting matchups would be a Ghost Showdown between Gengar and Dragapult, or a Sword and Shield fight with Surfetch'd and Angel Slash. For the final matchup, I think it just has to be Pikachu's 10 million volt Thunderbolt versus Gmax Charizard. I know we see Lucario vs Charizard in the opening, but it's possible Lucario will be taken out by Charizard right before Pikachu comes in and finishes the job. Regardless though, I'm positive Ash will defeat Leon and become the world champion. I've been Aleximo, make sure to go check out my channel for some more Masters 8 predictions, and subscribe to this Mark guy or something like that.
Aw, thanks, Alex. Just listening to that, one thing that stood out to me was that I have never heard anyone refer to Pokemon Masters as Pokemass. That's a new one to me. And if we're theorizing about Masters tie-ins, then I can't wait for when Cynthia breaks out Giratina in the semifinals against Ash. Okay, anyways, on a more serious note, I do agree with Alex about how I think somehow Ash vs Leon will get changed to a 6v6, and if Ash is going to win the World Coronation Series, I do kind of think it should be Pikachu finishing the job, even though it feels like Lucario has been getting primed for that role. Let's take a step back though. Should Ash actually win the Masters tournament? I'm not actually sure whether or not I want him to. Star, what do you think?
As the Pokemon World Coronation Series slowly comes to its conclusion, the biggest question grows bigger and bigger. Should Ash win the whole tournament and be crowned as a world champion? The Pokémon Journeys anime has revolved mainly around Ash's dream of one day battling and defeating Leon. I think that this is the only series where Ash's short-term goal and final hurdles are specifically defined and properly worked on to make him one step closer towards his ultimate dream of becoming a Pokemon Master. So, from a narrative perspective, I do think that it makes sense for Ash to win since everything is building up towards it. His Pokemon Journeys team has been shown to be stronger than Elite Four and Champion level Pokemon, so they may be capable of defeating Leon's team by themselves. So then, if Ash wins, another question arises. What's next? Is this the end for him? Will Generation 9 have a new protagonist? And to be honest, I don't think so. Just because he's a world monarch doesn't mean he's already achieved his goal of being a Pokemon Master. Leon even supported this in episode 100, where he said that even if he's officially the best in the world, there's always someone better, and that he should always keep training and work on something bigger. So yes, I do think that after Ash wins the PWC, he can venture to the next region and do something more meaningful. You know, like becoming a mentor to beginning trainers, or maybe taking more time to relax and connect with the people and Pokemon around him like what he did in Alola. But at the end of the day, whether or not Ash wins the Pokemon World Coronation Series, as long as they justify the result, as long as it feels earned and narratively logical, and as long as we get a smooth transition to the next generation, then I'll be totally happy with it.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess I care less about the result specifically and more about what direction the anime takes going forward. We have seen Ash lose in the past and win in the past, and I think regardless of if Ash ends a series as a big winner or not, there's always going to be some kind of transition into the next series, and with that comes some kind of reset to his character so that he can work his way up to whatever his next goal is. Alright, so if that's what my friends want to happen in the Masters Tournament, then what do I want to happen? Well, luckily this will not be the only video I make previewing the Masters Tournament, so I will be sure to give more of my thoughts in those videos as well. Generally speaking, I don't like to put too much expectations on any given event, and that includes a fictional tournament in a kid's TV show like the Pokemon anime, just because that way I can't set myself up for disappointment. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited for the Masters Tournament, and I am sure that no matter how it goes down, I will be satisfied. That is, as long as there's not a filler episode in the middle of it where Iris's Haxorus gets lost and everyone has to work together to find it. It would be the best callback ever, but maybe we should just stick to the epic battles instead. Let me know how you want the Masters Tournament to go down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, as well as all the people you heard from today. They all make great content, and I am sure they will have plenty more to say about the Masters Tournament on each of their own channels. But for now, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.